So lately my students have been coming to me as they usually do with their body issues, and it seems like at least once a week someone comes to me with what I realize to be their sciatic nerve bothering them. The sciatic nerve starts in the lower back. It runs through the glutes, through the hip, all the way down the leg. So you can feel it in the lower back, in the glute, and anywhere on the leg since it runs all the way down. You'll feel numbness, tingling, pain, usually a very dull ache in the hip or glute. So I've been giving them my very best sciatic stretches. I suggest that people do them regularly just because it can always help. We can always benefit from stretching that nerve. It's very easily one of the main issues of lower back pain and leg issues. There's a muscle that rests right on that nerve that if you do anything, sit for a long time, sit on a plane, sit in the car, when you work out, if you tend to work out, say you're working out legs, you tighten up that muscle that's in the glute, resting right on the nerve, and then all of a sudden you have this pain that you will feel register anywhere from the ankle up to the lower back. So I will give you my very best stretches with modifications so that if you are very tight and having actual sciatica or actual very intense pain, we can modify so that you can at least start to open up where you need to open up. So we're going to be starting with the right foot. So whichever foot you're starting with, you bring it to center, you step back with the other foot, then you bring it over to line up the outer edges of the feet. You do your best to line up the pinky toes. You have to keep the knees bent to set it up and to hold here. You have to try to ground because you need the feet to be straight. You need to be able to straighten and stand all the way up once you're ready. So I already showed you guys how to set up the feet. I showed you the close-up. We started with the right foot. We kept it in the center of the mat. Step back with the left foot, bend the knees, line up the pinky toes, line up the outer edges of the feet. Try to ground the feet, even though it's awkward. Then you straighten as best you can. Now you'll notice, since you're twisted, your body wants to turn left. We have to keep hips squared for this. So bring your hands to your hips, turn slightly to the right so that you feel and notice those hips are squared forward. Very important that you hold on to that alignment for the stretch. Now you'll see I brought a chair and I brought a block because depending on your pain, your sensitivity, your tightness, we don't know how far down you're going to be able to fold. And I want you to have some kind of support, something to rest the hands on. So let's say you're really tight, you get your feet set up, you inhale, lengthen the spine after you square the hips. On the exhale with the flat back, you start to fold. As you're folding, come down slowly, easily, no rush, so that you can see what's going on. So let's say I was super tight and I cannot go further than this. At least I have this chair for support. I can try to use to come into the stretch. You can use the back of a couch, a chair, the bed. Kind of see where your hands want to go to see what level of support do I need. If you're not super tight, you should be able to come down to a block. And there's 3 levels on the block. So you can start with the highest, and then if you feel good, lower, lower, lower as much as you can. If you can bring hands down to the mat, bring hands down to the mat. Once you have support for the hands, however you're going to get it, we want to square those hips again. So you send the right hip back slightly and you send the left hip forward slightly. Now you're going to feel even more in that left hip this stretch. The final part is to try to bring your face closer to the front knee. Then you try to soften and relax that left hip. Now you're going to feel a dull ache definitely in the hip and glute here. The more you can soften and relax, the deeper it'll stretch, just like any stretch. Soften as much as you can. If it becomes too intense at any moment, come out. But if you come out, Don't rush anything. Come out slowly, easily. Use your props. Use your legs to walk up if that helps you. The balance is challenged with the feet like that. You come up as easily and gently as you came down. You unravel the legs, and then you set up for the other side. Left foot center, right foot steps back, knees bend. Line up the pinky toes and outer edges of the feet. Everything else is exactly the same, except when you're squaring hips. You have to turn left now to even up. Inhale, lengthen. Flat back, exhale, fold. Use your legs for support. Use your props for support. Get down where you can. Each side is going to be different. So feel it out. Come down as slowly and easily as you did before. Square hips again. This time right hip forward, left hip back. You feel that dull ache. Try to fold even closer to the front leg. To show you the other sciatic stretch I like to suggest to my students, I'll put you in a supine twist first. You begin laying on your back on the mat. Start legs straight out in front of you. Make sure you're flat. Then you hug the knees into the chest. Keep the knees here. Bring the arms out to the side like a T, palms facing down. Inhale. As you exhale, you lower the knees lightly to one side of the body. With control, you easily let them relax over. To keep it safe, you have to make sure that both shoulder blades are flat on the mat. It's more important that you stay flat on the mat with both shoulder blades than the knees relax all the way over. So if you're noticing that your knees don't make it all the way to the floor to keep that shoulder blade flat, use something here for support. You can use a block. It has 3 different levels for you to adjust to see exactly where you need to use to relax the legs over. I'm using a cork block right now, but normally I use a foam block for this because they're soft, they're more comfortable. So you find a way to first relax into your twist. Then you want to extend the top leg straight. Once the leg is straightened, you take the hand that's next to it to take hold of the leg. Now you want the leg to be relaxed enough that it is resting on the floor. This is important because with the foot resting on the floor, you can really let this hip relax, and you need to let this hip relax. So if you're finding that you can't let the foot rest on the floor, again, you can use a block or some kind of prop to rest the foot on. It's very important that you rest the foot to relax the hip. Then you can start to hug the leg in closer. So if you can come in closer, come in closer. If you need to bring the block so that that foot is resting. If you're noticing that because of flexibility issues, that this hand can't reach this foot with the straight leg, you can use a strap. Get set up in your twist first. Get the strap ready around the leg. Come back, make sure that right shoulder blade's planted, or both shoulder blades are planted rather. Then you can use that strap to hug in the leg, even if you're out here. If this is your flexibility, so be it. Try to have the leg straight, either resting or with the support of the block. The more you can soften and relax, the better you will feel the twist, and the better you will feel that stretch in the sciatic nerve. So I usually suggest to my people to close their eyes, relax. You should feel that dull ache in this hip and glute, and possibly somewhere else on the leg. Once you're done with this side, start with the knees to center. Make sure the arms are set up. Get your block and your strap ready if you think you're going to need it on this side. The sides are different. So just because you need a block on one side or a strap on one side doesn't mean that you're going to need them for the other side. So once your props are ready, your knees are up, inhale. Make sure you're using the exhale to relax those knees over. The exhale will help you into the twist. No rush. Let them relax over easily. Make sure you're flat. Notice if you need anything under the knees or if you're comfortable here. Then you can decide whether you're going to straighten that leg, take hold, use the strap if you need to, let the foot relax down. Then you can hug that leg in further until you feel that stretch, that dull ache. Soften the hip, close your eyes. Try to relax into it so that you're allowing the stretch, allowing the twist. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.